People, it's that time of the day, Friday. Time to get out of Dodge. Do anything good this weekend? We are going to all the old cemeteries in the area, and we're doing All Saints Day, and that's something we do. We go to this really good restaurant afterwards in this little town called Chalmette, and it's cool. It's an old pirate town where Jean Lafitte and all the pirates used to hang out back in when they had their little place in Barataria Bay. They'd come to Chalmette every now and then, sell their wares, questionably acquired goods. Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool little town. I grew up there. I think we left when I was 5. A lot of my relatives still stayed there for years and years. They eventually all moved over to Abita Springs. Cute little town, home of Abita Beer, the world's greatest beer. And I am changing these glasses for shades. It's about to get sunny. So what is going on? Fun week, got a lot done. And yeah, got a fun weekend ahead. We are doing All Saints Day Saturday, and then my pop, ex-New Orleans police officer, loves his gun shows, and it's kind of funny. We have a few. Well, he's got a lot of guns. I don't keep any guns at my house, but come on, people, man, I can't even get out of here taking a right. Yeah, he just loves guns. He's a collector, and it's funny. We've got an arsenal of, well, he's got an arsenal of guns at his house, and I don't think we've gone hunting one time. Grew up on 300 acres, and we went squirrel hunting once and deer hunting once. And apparently you have to go more than that to get a deer and a squirrel, because we didn't get any deer or squirrel. And one day I had a 12 gauge with me, which was a weird gun to carry around, and this beautiful deer walks out in front of me. Heard it rustling. It's like, what are the chances? I'd never seen a deer in the woods before. They're very strange. I always see them crossing the road and all that jazz. So I got a 12 gauge. Deer walks in front of me, just looks at me, and I say, "Hey, deer." And the deer looked back at me like, "What are you?" He could care less that I was, standing there. Just trots across the little path and carries on. It's like, at that point I realized I could never shoot a deer. They're beautiful. They're beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I do have a little redneck in me. I will eat deer all day long. But I can't be the one killing them. They're too cute. They are too cute. But you know what they say. You're saving the population by killing them, because they'll overpopulate and starve to death. Like, okay. I guess so. If you believe that. I guess that'll happen. I thought population would right themselves, but anyway, yeah, it's good. I'm a meat eater. No way around it. Meat eater. So let's see, what of value can I add to this video? What answer can I give? What can we talk about that would make people want to watch this? Movies? Sure, movies. I love movies. I was a moderate movie fan growing up. My father would take us to the drive-in theater, and we'd see these movies we probably shouldn't be watching as children. Conan and all those crazy barbarian movies in the late 70s. And half-naked women walking around, swords, etc. It really, kind of formed the person I am today. All these wacky movies. And I don't know, Dad used to always take us there. It was a cheap thing to do. I think it was free for cops, so we went to the movies a lot. And we were broke. So growing up broke. And ooh, man, that's bright. So yeah, we'd go to the drive-in theater a lot. We saw all kind of movies: Star Trek, Star Wars, you name it, we saw it. Oh, one of the weirdest ones that gave me like crazy dreams for like years was a movie called that's Steve behind me. Strange. yeah, it was a Phantasm. Phantasm. Floating ball. Stab people in the head with their little spike. Anyway, guy I work with, dude I work with loves. Excuse me, not good to yell on camera, that's rude. Loves Phantasm. Anyway, the director, this is a semi-informative video. I can't remember the guy's name. Something with an I at the end. I forget. Anyway, good guy. Yeah, it was weird because I saw this movie when I was a wee lad, you know, maybe 6, maybe 5, I don't even know, maybe 4, heck, whenever Phantasm came out. And this gave me nightmares for years. I would dream I was in that weird retirement community with this floating ball. Old skeletal man coming after me. Crazy movie. So yeah, so fast forward years later, I stumbled across this movie, Bubba Hotep, and I'm watching. I'm like, this movie is awesome. It's got Elvis, JFK. What more could you want? You know. None other than your boy from Evil Dead. And, hilarious. Hilarious. I wonder if it's like recommended to yawn on your own video, you know. But anyway, yeah, great movie. I should really like do a little research before I do these and like get the actor's name, the director's name, you know, that are in these movies. But anyway, Bubba Hotep, great movie, hilarious, super low budget, same director. Okay, so anyway, I'm thumbing through IMDb and I see a guy with curly hair, kind of a little thicker fella, curly hair, and I'm like, oh, what else has this guy directed? Excuse me again. What else has this guy directed? So, lo and behold, Phantasm. I'm like, wait a minute. This dude that looks 30, maybe 35, and this is like 2008, maybe 2009. I don't know. The guy looks like he's 30 something years old in 2009. Okay, and I'm like, this dude directed Phantasm from 1978, and like, sure enough, it was him. I'm like, something ain't right here. Oddly enough, somehow, that's the dude. This dude must be a freaking vampire. He looks young. And, yeah, so, same director. Oh, this is called The Pinch right here. North Claiborne Legion Fields exit. You get pinched because nobody letting you over here. And the traffic stops on the exit and you get pinched. You cannot get over. Let me over. Oh, bless. So yeah, so great movie, Bubba Hotep. Good stuff. And really funny, good nail biter, really funny, tongue-in-cheek, silly zaniness, and it's good stuff. You probably know the movie already. If you've ever heard of the title, you probably watched it. Oh my gosh. How many times am I going to yawn on camera? I did not get much sleep last night. Went to my GF's house. Okay. I got to give up hot dogs. I get a hot dog, then I go eat dinner at her house, and then we try to go to sleep. And I got gas all night. So I'm like, getting out of there. Excuse me, got to go to the other room for a minute. So I'm tossing and turning. I wake up. Oh, gas again all night long. Gas. We've been dating for like 6 months, but I still not try to let them fly too often around her. It's just something I do. Try to keep it real. Try to be a gentleman. So yeah, so gas got me up all night. Yay. Thrilling on a Friday. So yeah, that was fun. But yeah, movies, love movies. I used to work at Alfalfa Video, which became Blockbuster Video after they bought them out. And then that's kind of like when Reservoir Dogs came out and the whole independent film movement started happening. And I'm like, this is cool. And that's when camcorders first started coming out. You could flip them open and start doing little crappy videos, like horrible 320 resolution. And it was fun, but stuff started becoming accessible way back then. Okay, look, I'm just gonna keep going on this whole time. I'll just apologize now. Yeah. So Reservoir Dogs came out, and it's like, ooh, independent movies. So we started making little short things, silly little things. And since that time, gosh, I got the bug. I actually went to school for illustration to draw movie posters. I'm a big Drew Struzan fan. He does all the classic movie posters, and any Spielberg movie poster, all the classics, you name it, he did it. He did a ton of them. And yeah, this guy was like my illustration idol, the illustrator idol, and it was cool. It was cool. I liked doing illustration work, and I was just starting to get decent at my craft. I'm like, I got a way to go. I got to keep practicing, you get better every time. And I did good. I did good in my little illustration school. So I went to advertising and illustration, and at the end, it's like, okay, you got to take another prereq. So I'm like, oh, okay, what am I going to take here? Oh, here you go, advanced video production. I'm like, why not? So this is right when Reservoir came out and all this indie thing started happening. So what was it? It was an SVHS recorder. My teacher, who happened to live across the Lake Pontchartrain with me, he lived in Mandeville, lived in Covington. He would let me borrow the camera. And he's like, yeah, sure, come get the camera. Come get the camera. It was this boxy SVHS recorder. Horrible. And back in the day, bee's knees. And so we're recording these little goofy things. And of course, like any student film, it's a day in the life of a student. Can you believe that? So, running through town, and of course there's killer clowns attacking us, and it was funny. Tied me down to a railroad track, train ran over me, stuff like that. But good times. So that sort of put the bug in me. So I'm like, you know what? I don't want to make movie posters. I want to make movies. So that's kind of where the bug started, and that was 25 years ago. And I've done them on and off. It's fun. I know I wouldn't enjoy being away from my family and being away 6 months at a time. I don't want to cart them all around the world. If I was to pursue a career in it, which I'd like to think if I submerge myself in it, I would get good enough to make a career out of it. I mean, at the moment I'm very rusty because I never really get to do the official medium budget kind of movie thing. I've never had help or assistance like that. So I've made commercials for 15, 20 years now, and that's fun. It's like microscopic little 30-second movies. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's a drag, but always learning something on a shoot. So it's fun. But yeah, movies have been a big part of my life. It's hard. I mean, I don't know if any of you guys are like addicted to movie making and just the idea of being a movie maker and the whole thing that goes with it, and just in love with movies and cinema. It's a tough place to want to make them and not. It's easy to say not be able to, but that's really bull. Anybody can do whatever they want. I'm not willing to move to go to where the business is. So I like just doing little small short films around my house with the kids. It's very fun. Nothing's better than when both my kids or all my kids are working with me on a project. I mean, it's rare, but it's fun. My little girl, I'm still her world. Just starting to break away from that, but I'm still her world. So she likes working with me and doing things together. And that's always special. And the boys, when they were younger, we used to make little crazy ninja short movies and stuff. So we had our fun too. And it's fun. It's always time consuming when you drive 2.5 hours a day. It eats up your fun time. Everything gets compressed to the weekend. So you really can't do much at night. I mean, I know everyone's got a rat race. Dinner, homework, showers, brush your teeth, say your prayers, hit the sack. All that good stuff. Gotta do what you gotta do. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. But not a lot of time left at the end of the day. And then on the weekends, I lucked up. I'm in a sweet situation. My neighbor cuts my grass. That doesn't sound like a big deal, but my grass would take all day. I have like an acre and a half, and it would take all day. I've got the world's slowest riding lawnmower. And this was like, it would just eat up an entire day. He's got one of those fast little 0-turn radius things, and he gets it done in no time. And I'm just like, so thankful he does this. You know, it's like, it's so cool that he does it, you know. And he's just a super cool neighbor. You know, it's kind of weird. His yard sort of overlaps my yard, so he's kind of cutting his half anyway, but it's still, he just hops up in there and finishes mine up, you know. So, yeah, really cool. Every now and then, give him a pack of beer or something, drinks, snacks, whatever. Cut some redfish, gave them all to him. Actually, it was a drum. I don't fish much, though, but the drum were running in Lake Pontchartrain, so we got some big old drum. They were nice. And he wanted them, so he took them, cleaned them. I don't even know how to clean fish. It's funny, I grew up in the country, don't hunt, can't clean fish, and I don't know how to start a fire, but I'm really good at making campfires. I can make a campfire that when you put one match on it, whoosh, this sucker is burning. But I've never done the whittle the wood on the bow thing and friction fire and all that jazz. I should probably learn how to do that, you know, in case that zombie apocalypse comes and we run out of cigarette lighters and matches. We'll be looking for some fire sources. So anyway, this is a random long video, so I will see y'all Monday. I'm out of here. Don't do this on the weekend. Hang out with the kiddos and have a good time. So y'all have a fun weekend.